was having the greatest day, sitting here in my leather chair. And then I sat down to do the podcast, and I don't. It's like I'm going to sit down. I'm going to sit right down and write myself a letter. I'm going to go on YouTube. I'm going to find whatever version of GarageBand I have, and I'm going to try and figure out why the simplest things, like for some reason I have a robot voice. How do I get rid of the robot? Oh, I know. I'll click on voice. And there's no just thing that you click. You got to do this and then go into the settings. And there's, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of my wife's car. She's got these smart cars. The thing just thinks too much. Like I have to go into settings to fix that thing. Like when you approach the car, the driver's side door automatically opens up. So it's like you're walking by, you're bringing the trash barrels in. If you have the key in your pocket, the fucking door opens. It's like a goddamn dog that wants to go outside. It's like, no, buddy, I'm just going up to get a drink. We're not going OUT. And I don't want to say OUT, or you're going to start doing fucking somersaults. This is what a car is doing. There's got to be a way in the settings, because that's what I've learned when I talk to people that understand computers. They always say, okay, go into your settings. The first thing they say is, what version of this fucking nightmare do you have? And I'm like, and they're like, all right, go into general. Click, you see at the top, what does it say? All right, okay, good. Now go into settings. Now scroll down. Can you click on, do you see anywhere where it says this is easy? Do you see where it says this is easy? Click on that. Yeah, that isn't on my phone. It isn't. There's nothing there that says this is easy? No, nothing. Well, that's interesting. And then there goes the next fucking hour of your life. And you have this version of it. Yes. And you go into settings and it doesn't say blah, blah, blah. No, it doesn't. Can you look again? Hey, lady, I can look all fucking day. I'm stuck in the mud here. I'm on the side of the fucking road. That's how that works. That's how today's shit works. And I'm actually acting like you actually can get a person on the phone. Like, you know what's hilarious? Like if you actually called, if you went to the GarageBand store where there is no fucking store. There's no person to call. There's no fucking number. There's no person. There's just nothing. It's like, here it is. You figure it out. Send us an email. We'll put it in the go fuck yourself mailbag. And maybe, like winning the lottery, we'll pull yours out and we'll have a fucking robot give you a generic fucking answer. And that's considered customer service. As opposed to, I just randomly called Dean Del Rey the other day. And I said, hey, man, what are you doing? You know, I only got a couple days left. Oh, I know what I said. I said, hey, MotoGP's starting. He's opening for me when I'm in College Station, and we're going to the MotoGP race. First race is today. You want to come over and watch it? And he goes, yeah. I go, where you at? And he goes, I'm at this service station. And I said, oh, cool. You know, a little out of the way. I'll go, you know, I swung by to go get him. And he introduces me to this mechanic, and I'm looking, and the guy's got all of these old cars he's working on. And Dean goes, yeah, this guy's fucking amazing. I said, hey, I got an old F-100 that's leaking oil, you know, around the transmission. I need I think I need a gasket, the gasket replaced, I was told, on one side or the other. But everybody I approach, the second they find out it shifts on the column, they don't want anything to do with it. And he goes, bring it by, my friend. I said, when? He goes, bring it by on Friday. I say, cool. I bring the fucking thing by Friday. All right? He calls me that afternoon. He said, okay, listen, this has a little more than blah, blah, blah than I thought it was going to be. And I said, listen, I don't care what it is. Whatever you find it, just fix it. Send me the bill. We're good. All right? I just need this fixed. This thing's been leaking in my garage for the last 10 years. He goes, okay. So I get a call last night. I missed it. The guy brought it in Friday. Yesterday was Tuesday. I'm recording here on Wednesday. I missed the guy because it was the end of the day. I called him this morning. I go, what's up? And I'm waiting for him to be like, the fucking aspirator tube with the fucking, metaphysical carburetor intake with the fucking bungee cord. I'm waiting for all of this technical talk. I say, what's up? He goes, it's done. I go, it's done? He goes, yeah, come down and pick it up. The guy pulled the transmission, figured out what the problem was, replaced the gaskets on both sides. On both sides, and it was done by Tuesday. I went down to the garage. I was like floating. I was like, I don't give a fuck if you charge me fucking 90 grand. I mean, I can't believe, I give a fuck about that. But, I can't, this is amazing. And that, my friends, has gone away with this whole new thing. And of like, yeah, there is no customer service. There is no one to talk to. There is no phone number. It's like, we got your money. We don't want to deal with you. We know that what we sold you sucks. All right? / you're old and computer illiterate and you're not going to be able to figure it out. So now, it's like, go on YouTube and hope somebody had the same problem and tried to figure it out. So God bless that guy. And I don't know about this other stuff. Look, let's be honest here, all right? Most of this is me being a fucking baby and having ADD and just really not paying attention as computers started to take over because they never interest me. I don't find them interesting. I don't get excited by new technology in that field. I find it boring as hell. I don't give a fuck about any of it. I don't think my life is better now that my entire record collection is in my pocket. I think people are blowing out their fucking ears. Nobody's talking to anybody. I kind of realized the other night, I just turn off the, when I hang out with my kids now, I just turn the TV off and I tell them, if their iPad, I just tell them, shut all that shit off. And they literally complain for anywhere from 30 seconds to about 3 minutes. And then after that, they're running around playing with each other. And they're playing with their toys. And I'll tell you, they make a fucking mess. But I don't give a shit because they're not staring at those goddamn screens. And I'm just going to start doing that more as opposed to, I'll do a little bit. Like they can't grow up like those kids. Do you ever see that documentary where those fucking kids were like sitting in that New York apartment? They were in New York City with all of these people, all of these different races, cultures, all this food and all this shit, and they just stayed in there. And what was amazing, though, was their imagination, and they would watch movies, and then they would react. They would make all the costumes out of, like, cereal boxes and shit, but, like, they were sort of had an arrested development socially, obviously, because they weren't interacting with kids their age, but that's taking it to an extreme. You know what's amazing about their dad? Their dad was basically had the same characteristics. Usually that type of personality wants to live in the middle of nowhere. Which we all live in the middle of nowhere when you really come down to it. You know what I mean? But like city people's idea of the middle of nowhere, which country people look at as paradise.